Planet Dolan.
From killing a mouse with a gun to blaming a speech impediment on aliens, the Planet Dolan crew reenact some of the best true stories from our subreddit about the dumbest lies we've tried getting away with. I'm Zara Gamba, and today, I'll be your narrator. Number 10 was submitted by CakeDragon926. While Pandora's friend was at her house for a sleepover, they decided to play on the Wii. As they played, Pandora swung her remote and it hit her friend in the face. Her face began to bleed, and Pandora's mum went to her room after hearing the commotion. When her mum asked what was going on, Pandora answered,
"She had her period on her face."
Her mum just looked at her before shrugging it off and walking away. Number 9 was submitted by MysticMrsMoonscar. One time, Honeybits tried to get away with going on a field trip without a permission slip. On a particular day, when her teacher said that slips were due, Honeybits didn't have hers. So she grabbed a pen and wrote her mum's name on the signature line. To her surprise, it worked on the teacher, but not on the bus driver, who was her mum. Honeybits was still able to go on the field trip, though her mum said to her from the driver's seat, "I didn't know you'd be here. Have fun on the trip." Number 8 was submitted by TheBlueJacketX. When Legner was 5, he and his grandfather drank 6 cans of diet drink whenever a new batch was delivered. One day, Legner drank so much that he wet the bed that night. His mother found out the next morning and confronted him about it, pretending as though she didn't know that it was him. She said, "Son, who peed in the bed?" Legner said, "It was Granddad." His mother's angry face turned into a face trying to hold back laughter. So she replied, "He did. What else did he do?" Legner said, "He peed on the walls, the TV, the cat outside, and all of the doorknobs." His mother was trying very hard to hold back laughter at that point. When his grandfather walked into the room, his mum asked him with a crooked face, "Dad, did you pee on the doorknob?" At first his grandfather was confused, but Legner's mother told him what was going on. They both laughed and, thinking the lie was just too adorable, they went out for cheeseburgers. Number 7 was submitted by maxtheasshole. In middle school, Doopy was in her Spanish class when her teacher told the class to read a book in Spanish. Instead of choosing a Spanish book, Doopy decided to read Hamilton. After getting bored with it, she put it away and noticed a kid next to her take out his phone and play on it. Being dumb, she decided to take her phone out and play on it as well. She ended up playing on it for most of the period, but later on, she was oblivious to her teacher walking towards her. It was too late when Doopy noticed her teacher a few feet from her. She tried putting her phone in her purse, but the teacher said, "Give it to me." Doopy replied nervously,
It fell out of my bag.
The teacher just smiled and stuck out her hand.
But it fell out of my bag.
Doopy said again. The teacher said, No, give it to me." Doopy was getting pissed, her cheeks turning red. Everyone's eyes were on her. Some of her classmates even whispered, "She's getting in trouble," or "She's getting her phone taken away." So she sighed, took out her phone, and put it in the palm of her teacher's hand. Her teacher smirked and said, "Thank you." Yet the kid next to her, who had taken out his phone first, never had his phone taken away or even got in trouble. Number 6 was submitted by CrotchWolf. When he was little, Derek was pretending to be a barber and give his plush dog a haircut. He didn't realize the kind of mess he was making until his mum came in and yelled, "Derek, what are you doing in here?" He had just gotten in trouble before for destroying his toys. Luckily, their cat had fur in a similar color. So, Derek just told his mum that he gave the cat a haircut. At first, she bought it until she took the time to examine the cat. She told him that she found the spot where he cuts the fur, even though the cat was in a different part of the house. Derek still ended up getting grounded for a week. Number 5 was submitted by John102095. When he was 11, Hellbent wanted to look at his dad's gun. So when he had some friends over, they went to the safe where his dad kept it. After hours of trying to guess the combination, they finally got it open, as all kids will. As soon as he pulled out his dad's gun, Hellbent's little sister walked in and said, "I'm gonna tell Mum." Knowing he would be screwed if she told on him, Hellbent told her that his dad gave it to him to kill a mouse. His little sister didn't believe him and Hellbent was grounded for 7 weeks, plus had his phone taken away. Number 4 was submitted by ChaseGamesYT. While in school one day, Salty Squid and his friends decided to go on the roof and take one of the big letters that labelled the building. The next day, the principal called Salty Squid into his office because some security cameras had recorded him and his friends taking the letter. When confronted about it, Salty Squid told the principal that it wasn't him but his twin brother. The lie worked for 2 days until the principal called his parents and told them that Salty Squid's brother stole a giant G. Number 3 was submitted by beepbeepimasheepbitc. When she was in 1st grade, Andy shit herself. She tried to hide it, but another kid in her class, Ramona, asked, "Ew, why do you smell like poop?" Andy said, "It's a new perfume called Poopery." Of course, everyone knew it was a lie and kept saying, "Andy pooped her pants, Andy pooped her pants." In an attempt to stop the ridicule, Andy said, "It was Ramona who pooped in my pants." Nobody believed her. To this day, Andy is still called Shit Spray, although now she and Ramona are best friends. Number 2 was submitted by my_6_sense. The dumbest lie Dolan tried to get away with was when he was in school. Back then, he had a bad stutter that stopped him from raising his hand during class. One day, a little kid asked him why he spoke so strangely. Dolan answered,
"Oh, my parents were kidnapped by aliens and they had their tongues ripped out, so it was hard for them to speak, of course. Then when I was born, my parents passed it on to me. So now it's hard for me to speak."
The little kid went around to his other little friends and told them Dolan's story. It went on for 2 or 3 years until he found out it was fake. Number 1 is submitted by me and is the dumbest lie I ever tried getting away with. I wasn't a particularly religious young person. Occasionally a family member or someone might try and get us to go to Sunday school. I remember one time at the end of Sunday school, after we'd made the cross out of all the matchsticks or whatever, there was a little bit where people prayed for other people who needed it. So after all these people got prayers and things, someone asked me who I'd like to have everyone pray for. And I was feeling a bit left out at this point, I didn't really get on with all the other people because of the whole religion thing. So I just wanted to, some me time. I told everyone that I was going in for knee surgery that weekend because I had a bit of a funny looking knee, Osgood-Schlatter's disease, if you're interested. So I sat through the weird process of having a room full of young people pray for me for a thing that wasn't real. I don't think anyone ever found out, although probably the adults could have guessed. That was a bit of a dodgy thing to do, wasn't it? A huge thanks for the folks over in our Planet Dolan subreddit for submitting their stories. We have another question for you. What's the craziest thing your partner's ever done? Let us know in the Reddit page link below and you might be featured in a future countdown.
Check out the latest Dolan card update, Nixiumville. A new character, heaps of new skins, a new power up, new level, daily missions and offline mode. Download from the Android or iOS App Store and start racing today for free.
Well, that's it for this countdown, but catch you guys next time.